Good day. My hat matches the scene. I think it looks really cool, but we'll see. Um, Now, if you've known me, and you've known the year I've been through, you'll know some of this will be hard to hear. You'll know that some of this review will be difficult, but you know some of it will be as upbeat as I possibly can be about what I've been through, how my life has been, the games I've played, and fun facts as well. Now, first and foremost, I want to say thank you very much if you are watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on Twitch as I'm live, because I probably ran away for however long this video takes just to do little bits and pieces. But yeah, I want to say thank you very much to each and every single one of you, all of you guys who's been with me through my year this year. Deeply, deeply appreciated. Um, for all those who's clipped, for all those who's done anything like that, or just lurked, you are very, very appreciated. Um, Thank you very much for Twitch for changing lurk rules constantly as well. Thank you for that. Jokes, thank you very much for giving us a remotely stable platform. I think that's important to say. I don't stream on YouTube. I just put videos over on YouTube. But as I say, it's been a remotely stable platform. It's been good on that response. The best games released in 2023 is my first category. First thing I'm going to talk about. My top game. It was a little bit controversial, but my partner at the time, who is one of the most amazing people I've ever known, they are so brilliant. They deserve all the best in their life. It is Hogwarts Legacy. Now, obviously, there's the whole debate about how good or bad the author of Harry Potter is, and I'm not going to get into that because I think, as much as it says in the bottom right corner, always respect opinion. It's a very diverse subject, and it suffers a little bit, and it pulled the game down slightly. To me, fantastic game. Really enjoyed it. I think it was released in 2023. I'm not 99% sure. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Really well done. Fantastic game. The story was fantastic. The length was good. The vigor, the speed, everything about it worked, in my opinion at least. And then I will move on to Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate 3, obviously, released this year. Never actually finished this game. I do want to go back and finish it, but I will have to mod it slightly because oh my god, it's painful at times. The world itself is massive and big. The reason why I don't think this topped it is because the game length is that long, which is good. Which is good. We like good length, you know? Hmm. Yeah. We like good length. We'd like that good length. We like that to work. However, it can be too long and it can become tiring to play, and I think it did for me. So, like, Hogwarts is about there. He's looking about here for Baldur's Gate 3. But then, following Baldur's Gate 3, which is absolutely amazing, my once friend would adore having an owlbear cub, you know. Um, Yet, then you have to probably go towards my knees to get to the next point, which is Spider-Man 2, if that was the like scale wise. Because Spider-Man 2, even though it's my third favorite game released in 2023, just didn't hit the spot. I think 2023 had an issue with this. There was always something majorly wrong with a game they released. Now, I'm not for or against Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 was a fantastic game. The gameplay was very, very good. The story, Peter Parker's side, was very, very good. But my god, Miles' story in Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2 is very, very lackluster. I don't mean that harshly. I honestly don't. I don't mean this harshly on the character of Miles Morales. Miles Morales as a character is a fantastic idea. The game does not do him any form of justice. And that's disappointing to me. That is very, very disappointing. Then Dead Island 2. Dead Island 2 is a game I also. Actually, if I was to put games in terms of enjoyment, like just giggles, it would be top. However, I didn't like the story as much as the other stories ahead of this, and it's glitchy. But before anyone gets on that, it wouldn't be a Dead Island game if it wasn't glitchy. That's my point, though. I don't honestly think a Dead Island game cannot be glitchy. I think you need a Dead Island game to be glitchy because you've got to go out there, throw everything at the wall, and it's not the biggest company. Yet they go above, beyond, and I think it's really good. I think it's a really fun game. If you just want to chill with your mates or anything like that, really, really fun. That takes me to the last of these games, and I think this suffers because it's not multiplayer. It's glitchy, and it's Bethesda. Um, I'm used to Bethesda being poor. Really am. I'm used to Bethesda being a generally poor company when it comes to the quality of their games. But Bethesda's a big company. These do not get away, in my opinion, with the excuse that Island has. They went balls to the wall with Starfield. Oh, God, I found it frustrating. I was struggling at number 5, I think, for this list. Oh my God, I found it frustrating. It didn't hit the spot. But it was a good game. It was a very good game. Just that woman is so annoying. And the AI on this game, it's Uncharted 1 levels of AI. And that's really hard to achieve in 2023. It has levels of graphics which I expected in 2015. Honestly, diabolical. However, the playability and the story and the longevity, fantastic. You really, really have to look at that when you review this game. And I've heard people up to their 11th playthrough, and no spoilers here, but they're having as much fun and it's evolving. Do you know what? That's amazing. I've not finished it once, I'll be honest. I do want to finish it, I do want to play it. It's probably going to be a 2024 thing now. But as I say, Starfield is up there. It's up there. As much as I want to sit there and play it down because Bethesda is fucking terrible. Let's be honest. Bethesda has Skyrim, and that joins the room with Minecraft and GTA 5 with the game that is constantly coming out. So maybe that's a part of it. But let me go through now and touch on best games I finished in 2023. So for these, I have to have finished the game on stream. Okay, so these are on-stream games which I finished in 2023. First one, Resident Evil 7 Remake. Obviously, get ready for the new one coming out very soon. Absolutely fantastic game. Deeply in love with the characters, the lore, and everything. This is one of my favorite games of all time. This was very easy to put there. I have no qualms with saying this is possibly the best game I have ever played. Final Fantasy VII as a whole is even the original is one of the best games I've ever played. Fell in love with the characters, the lore, and everything. It's just perfect. That then takes me to a game that Aloof and Poofed, and if you're in chat right now, hey, pointed out to me, and I think he gifted me this one actually. A game called Unworded. Now, Unworded is a very odd game to have on a list like this. It's definitely not a game in which I thought I'd fall in love with as much as I did. The developer of this game, just perfect. they put into context mental health issues, and they do it extremely well, and that's good. That's very good. If you want a cheap game to play for 2 to 3 hours, very, very good. I would definitely. Talking about mental health issues, tell me why, number three. Um, Tell Me Why covers a lot of very, very hard subjects and broaches things in a manner which has a little bit of replayability, and I honestly love this game. I love the fact it highlights transgender. I love the fact it highlights mental health. But this is what Don't Nod, no, don't, is it? Yeah, I think so. Do very, very well. This is what the makers of Life is Strange and those kind of people do extremely well. They tell story based narratives that fit the purpose. Now, how well do they fit the purpose is up to you. You've got to go into this game quite open minded. I honestly love the characters, I love the evolution, I love the fact that it shows what small towns can be like without being too overtly in that manner of speaking. They are generally quite accepting, yet there is that element, the undertone, but it doesn't, like Detroit Become Human, it doesn't throw it in your face completely. Detroit Become Human is obviously a worse example of throwing it in your face completely, but I do think they only do that very early game. Towards the later game, they do it really, really well. Next one, a big shout out to Dragon Ryan on this one, Uncharted 4. I did Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, and Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4, definitely the best of the franchise. Yeah, there's also the other Uncharted, I can't remember his name, but I did that one too. But Uncharted 4 was definitely the best in the franchise. They got rid of a lot of the horrifically glitchy parts. Um, and the AI was getting better at that stage. Now, I rage at AIs far too often. AIs do my absolutely head in. Now, I would like to say that AI was great on this game. It really wasn't great, but it was okay. It's good. But you compare that to like Starfield, and this AI was fantastic. This AI was at the league. The final one of that is Evil Within. I again, this was a one that Dragon Ryan brought up in conversation. I enjoyed massively. I thought they did a very, very solid, well worked job. I enjoyed every moment that they wanted to give us, and I didn't get that frustrated with elements that I wasn't supposed to get frustrated with. So overall, it's a very good story-based narrative, and I think that's important, and I think that is key. However, my dearests, that's my five. So best games I finished in 2023 was Final Fantasy VII Remake, Unworded, Tell Me Why, Uncharted 4, and Evil Within. I actually don't think any of the best games released in 2023 cross that list, which was obviously Hogwarts Legacy, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Dead Island 2, and Starfield. It's interesting when I look at that list again. Three of them, so over 50%. It's actually 60%. I could have been exact. Why wasn't I exact? I'm stupid. That's why I wasn't exact. Were sequels, which I think is kind of interesting. Now let's talk about the ins and outs. Obviously, we've had our stream recaps. Not the stream recaps of Pornhub. That was very different. That was so different. Sonic should not be on that list. The highest view count I had was 102. The total streams was 242. The total watched was 7.18k. The channel points used was 540,000. I've sent 215 raids. I want to know where maybe dropped streams actually. That makes a little bit of sense actually. 242 from a total stream seems a little bit outrageous. And and 120 received. My top 5 categories were my time at Sandrock, The Great Ace Attorney, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hogwarts Legacy, and Witcher 3 is sneaking in there. But Witcher 3 obviously quite late, so it's probably not got all the stats, the facts, the figures. So that's something. Witcher 3 is taking forever. I do think I'm near the end. They asked my friend to check it out, and they're like, "You've got about 4 missions to go." I'm like, okay, I can accept this. I can accept 4 missions to go. Because, do you know what? My hat. Do you want to come in the kit? Okay. Look at you. Should I be thankful for you for this year? Should I? Should I? Okay, you can go up there. There you go. You go up there. Talking about things that I'm thankful for this year. I've not actually got a list of this, but each and every single one of you, came, lurked, chatted, and talked same things, or just really chilled out with me, put up with some of my destructiveness because my depression sucked this year. People who know what's been going on, as I say, I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you, and I am thankful for that you're a part of my lives, and thankful for anyone who's been part of my life throughout any of my life. You've made me who I am. I'm a heavily depressed human being who, maybe I should reword that one day, but no, I am, because you've got to be thankful for who you are as a human being, and you've got to be willing to embrace who you are and show yourself a little bit of love. If you don't, then it's a little bit hard on yourself to be able to do these kind of things. Like getting up in the morning is difficult, you know? Not going to lie. My streaming journey of 2024, it has been very up and down. I blame some of that on like analytics and stuff like that. But the reality is, I am very thankful for all parts of it. I'm very thankful for playing all these games that I've listed and more. I'm very thankful for each and every single bit, you know, even those days where I came off stream and have been heavily deflated. But you know what? That's all about motivation. That's all about the lack of it sometimes. And that lack of motivation isn't a bad thing. Mental health is there, and I'll get more on mental health later on. But the fact of the matter is, I don't know whether there's too many games now, or there's not enough games, or there's not enough games that interest me. But I find it really hard sometimes to find a game I wanted to play. I do want to be better in this coming year. I do want to push the boundaries, move further on. As you can see, nice new scenes, nice new screens, and nice new everything in between. Things will be changing, hopefully. Looking at different things, different thoughts, different feelings, different styles, new games to play. Will I play Last of Us 2? Who knows? You know, keep it real, keep it enjoyment. I will definitely try, but what games will I be playing? Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy, most likely picking that up to play that. That comes out in January, so I've got to finish the other Ace Attorney before then. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, that's now in February. Greedfall, which was released a while back, and then Greedfall 2 is out this year, this next year, possibly. The Dark Pictures Anthology, because I do like those kind of games. Let's hope this doesn't end with a "fuck you, Emily," and purposely killing a character. And The Wolf Among Us 2, which I was looking forward to this year, but it's been delayed to next year. As they say, but it's all that. Now, shall we move on? Shall we move on to communities I've watched? I've watched a lot of communities. Shall we start with the amazing Braid 1? 508 hours of that content I have watched, lurked in, chatted in, or things along those lines. Normally lurking. I'm a heavy lurker. Leno is second. Dragon Ryan was third, Feral Feline, and then Duck Plague. To put that into context, if you're a streamer and you're not on that list, Duck Plague was on 347 hours. I watch a lot of streamers and I enjoy it. Now, I'm going to go to films released in 2023. VPN notice here. The Tutor. The Tutor is one of my favourite film I've watched that's released in 2023. Noah Schnapp absolutely smashes this out of the park. The cast are fantastic. The story is brilliant. And overall, they just do it well. If you've never seen it, and if you can see it, watch it. So good. Dogs Gone was also another fantastic film I really enjoyed. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Again, all three of these top ones, the cast, the crew, everything from scripts to how it ends was perfect. Was as close to perfect as you possibly can get. Now, there's a lot of films that do come out, and it's like, oh, yeah, and you probably won't get to see all of them, but I definitely advise those three. I also advise this one, Your Christmas on Mine Too. Asa Butterfield, the man with the most beautiful eyes I have ever seen in my life. Absolutely smashes this one out of the park. It's funny. I would say there is the 1, 2, 3, and then the 4. I would honestly say it copies a lot of what the first one did, but if you've done something well, then why not? You know, if you've done something really well, then why not do this and like copy some of the formula? You don't completely change your film, do you? And then After Everything, I am a big fan of the After series. Yeah. I think they did a fantastic film. It'd probably been better if it wasn't the book. It wasn't attached to books because it's got the I'm attached to books issue, which is in lines of it doesn't follow the books apparently fully. The books are a little bit jumbled compared. Well, the film's a little bit jumbled compared to the books, which came first. But you got to remember the books were originally a One Direction thing, so intriguing. Yeah, those were the films released in 2023. Again, I'm going to have the films I've watched in 2023 now. The Tutor went up there as my favourite film I've ever watched. It actually released film actually managed to make it into my films I've watched of 2023, which released at any time period. Then Pay It Forward. If you ever seen Pay It Forward, absolutely beautiful film. Again, if you some people won't like me advising this film because it's got Kevin Spacey in. They've got a lot of issues with Kevin Spacey and things that he's done. But overall, I think it's a fantastic film, and I've really enjoyed watching it. I've watched it several times. I watch it every year about guaranteed. So it probably will be in the films of 2024 that I've watched as well. Spider-Man: No Way Home, absolutely fantastic. I love Marvel. I love Spider-Man. Tom Holland's an absolute beauty. He's a fantastic actor, and he does it really well. Which takes me to number 4, which is Uncharted. I'm a gamer. It's okay. I deeply admire and love the Uncharted series. It doesn't follow the Uncharted storyline too much, but it does have those elements in, which I think is really important if you are doing these kind of things. Next is Pete's Dragon. Pete's Dragon is a very old film, and I was shown it by my rather wonderful ex. And it is such a good film. Candle on the Water as the song is just perfect. I'll always try to be people's candle on the water because you know what? It is incredibly hard, mentally, physically, and life is just fucking hard at times. You know? Now, I'll go to the events that happened in 2023. I can't believe I'm up to 24 minutes already. The events that happened in 2023. I got to meet up with Ryan and Wolfian, two amazing content creators, Dragon Ryan and Wolfian. They are some of the sweetest human beings I know. I've said that about other people this time last year, I guess, but we move on from that fact. And now it gets a little bit darker. In 2023, I did try to take my own life. I can't say I regret trying. I can't. I can't say that even now I wish it was different or the outcome was different. I can't go too much into that. But this year's hurt. This year seriously hurt, and I'm not over it. I'm not over it this year. And I honestly don't know if I ever will be. This year has kicked me in the balls once too often, and it has led to self harm, which, when this goes out, if I've not self harmed again, it's 2 days clean of self harming, something I really want to get rid of. I honestly don't know if I can stream this Christmas. Last year I couldn't stream this Christmas because I was down south. This year, mentally, I don't know if I can. Um, it's hard. It's so hard. My head feels like it's always imploding, and the smallest little detail can switch my mood as fast as lightning because it goes kung fu fighting. I honestly, I don't say I'm thankful for so much this year, but I wouldn't be upset if I didn't wake up. That's the dog's honest truth. To all those people who are worried that I might self harm, um, again, to the extent that I did at the beginning of this year, I can't say I won't. I can't promise that. I can promise to try not to. I can promise that I don't want to be a fossil because next year might be great. Next year might be the greatest year of my life. But when you've had a great year and then you have this, it's fucking hard. That takes me to this, and with the new year coming up, obviously, it takes me to this. Christmas is an incredible hard time of the year for anyone. Whether it's overworking, the capitalistic side of Christmas, the religious side of Christmas, the family side of Christmas. Check on your friends, check on your family, and make sure they're okay. I, as I say, I'm okay. I'm okay. Look after the friends, the family, the neighbours, and even those people you don't particularly like. If they just pop you a message and you've not really spoke to them in a long period of time, then there must be something going on. You don't just randomly go, I'm just going to text this person. Remember, one good deed could form a whole cycle of events that save someone's life. It might not be the person you do the good deed for. They might be paying it forward and go, oh, that person was really nice to me. And then slowly and surely, if we can all spread that love, we might save a life. I think that's important. And if people do try to end their existence, don't hate them for it. That's only going to produce, and this is an issue within how people are. If you create a circle of negativity, all you're going to get is the same results. If you know somebody who is a drug user, if you know somebody who is anything that's destructive, if you only ever see them as that destructive force. They will only ever be that destructive force. If you can hold their hand and direct them and guide them out, yes, they may slip. Then I tell you what, you're a really good human being. Because we never get rid of that destructiveness behind us. We never get rid of that pain and suffering, and that's fine. Embrace that, support them through it, and work with them. Be positive about the things that they do which aren't that destructive behavior. So, for example, if someone who you know is stuck inside their house because they suffer with PTSD or any kind of thing along the mental health or anything like that, and they go out on Monday, celebrate that fact. Celebrate the fact that they went out on that Monday. Don't lambast them for not going out the 7 days prior. Don't be like, oh, you're not going out again this week. Why? All you're doing is reinforcing negativity. Reinforcing negativity gets us nowhere as a society. Obviously, there is obviously the massive need, as well as that. And on that note, is make sure you have your mental health phone numbers to hand. If you do see anyone in need of one, you just want to be able to pass it over to people. There is a Wikipedia. If you go onto Google and or wherever your search engine is, and you search it up, there's a Wikipedia that has like all of the lines, and they're deeply, deeply, deeply important, by the way. So yeah, as I say, deeply, deeply important that you have them to hand. You may not need them personally, but a friend may need them. Someone you walk past on the street may need one. Anyone may need one. You never know. I think it's very important. Also, I want to talk a little bit like more, but I don't want to disagree on much longer. So I'll phrase it like this: if this year felt like the sun went down for me, the sun went down, but it never came back up, and it hurts. As I said, it felt like the sun went down and never came back up. But on other news, Russell T Davies is back writing Doctor Who. We've spoke about this in detail on X or Twitter, if you still call it it. He is a fantastic author. He's a fantastic writer when it comes to adult content like Cucumber and Life is a Sin and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of him under Doctor Who's banner. I think he was saved a lot by how good Tennant was in acting, but I'm excited for that. You know, I'm excited to see what Doctor Who brings this year as it's back. I'm not 100% sure about how good that will be. Next, a big one, a big massive shout out to Has Rubicon and Quack Pack. Welcome, welcome, if you're in. They are absolutely amazing human beings. They are my 2 stream teams that I'm part of. A big, massive thank you for this year. You guys, as well as everyone who watches, views, lurks, chats, subscribes, follows. Thank you, each and every single one of you. Yeah, but these guys, if you follow the links in my Twitch, sorry, then you'll be able to see who's live right now within those teams. Go and show them some love. They are really, really good peoples. As well as that, I started writing this year. I've always wrote, and I got so far in, and then I lost the will. I lost that drive. The solar powered life of me dissolved, I guess. Because solar power can only be up there for so long while the sun is up, and then as soon as the sun goes down and it's been gone for that long, you lose that, I guess. But yeah, thank you very much to everyone who has paid attention to my writing or anything like that, whether it be the I shouldn't go in that steps, or the story I was writing. I am wanting to embrace the future. I do want to be better. I do want to feel alive again. I want to feel that. I want to feel that there's part of me that wants to get up every morning. I'm not there. And that's the truth. I think that is all my notes. Oh no, there is a few more. Sorry. Almost done now. The future of streaming. Because obviously during 2023 and it'll happen in 2024, we're going to see notes that say, Twitch is dead party or YouTube is whatever. Now, what is my predictions for the future of streaming? Twitch will maintain as pretty much the same with its lead over all the others. There will be more cancelled games. We're getting into an industry and world where being cancelled is the new heads on a coin at this rate. Twitch will always be damned if they do, damned if they don't. You introduced this. You only gave it to partners. Yeah, because we are testing it out. You know, it's you changed the rules. You're not firm enough on the rules. Your rules are wrong. You know, and Twitch will always be damned if they do, damned if they don't. You stole this idea from a small company. I could go on the amount of times I've seen hate for new features, and then people complain that of new features and saying they should leave it as it is. I honestly feel that people are just trying to pick holes. If I was to predict any company going and removing live streaming, I would say it would be Kick. But we'll see when like the numbers come out of like the viewership and stuff like that. It does have money backing and it's got its reason for being there. The outside object thought is YouTube stopping live streaming, but I don't know. I hope not. I hope that there's good competition throughout streaming. Streaming is deeply enjoyable. It's very important to some people because the fact of the matter is the it gives people a chance to talk. It gives people a chance who can't go outside the house, who can't do this or can't do that, to actually speak with people, to connect with people, even if that can be a bad thing at times. It's been a ride though. It's been an absolute ride this year, and I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you. It's not always a good ride. It's not always a bad ride. We have to live with the good and the bad, the hurt and the pain. But that's life. Life was never made to be simple or straightforward or easy. It's how easy, it's how willing are you to give up on that? I guess that's the shout, isn't it? How willing are you to give up? For me, I don't know. Yeah. If you do want to see me live, if I am streaming, it's www.twitch.tv/Barrett87 if you are watching on YouTube. If you don't, that's fine. If you just watch this and like, that's fine. Thanks for the view. But no. I hope next year's better for all of us.